Okay, so on this one, it's saying find the value of x and y if UV bisects TW and UV is 41. Okay, well, really, what we should do first is this right here, because they're giving us a number, a just nice clean number. Let's do that. That's UV. That's from here to here. It's this whole line segment is 41. So that's going to be this plus this together, isn't it? Is that making sense? So that means, if I can squeeze it in here, 3y minus 1, add 4y plus 7 equals 41. But I should probably just run those arrows backwards, huh? Oops. Is that good? Those two have to add up to equal 41 because UV is 41. The whole of UV is 41. Okay, so we have another another little equation to solve here. I'll put the wall of separation again, if that helps you to look at it. You got the left side of the equal sign and the right side of the equal sign. Okay, so then we've got 3y and 4y. Get this here. That is 7y, right? Just adding those up. And then -1 plus 7. These two makes 6. 7 minus 1 basically equals 41 there. All right, and again, we're, y is over here saying, I want to be alone. Y is a big loner. That's what we're always trying to do, get those letters alone. I want to be alone, get rid of all this stuff. So, okay. And it's always the opposite, right? Whenever we get x alone or y alone or whatever, we're always doing the opposite of everything to get rid of it. So these will cancel. And so 7y is, what is that? 35. And then the last step is always divide, because that 7 is times the y. There's no symbol in between the 7 and the y, which means multiply. So the opposite of multiply is divide. That'll get rid of the 7 because it's the opposite. So I can move this up a little bit. So it looks like y equals 5. Feel free to use calculators as you need them on anything. So we got y. I can bring that over here. Y is 5. So we're kind of doing them, it might seem backwards, but this is the easier way. We get y first, got y equals 5. And now that we have the y, now we can go back and think about how to get x, but it was good to get that part first. Okay, so we've got our y. Now, how do we get x? Well, the other part they mentioned, let me sort of section this off for clear vision. There we go. Okay, so now to get the other one, we go back to get x, and we pay attention to this right here, bisects. That's a really important word in geometry. This is mainly a geometry class we're taking. Most of our semester will be devoted to geometry. So our geometry words are of great importance to us. What does bisect mean? Bi means 2, right? Like a bicycle, bi's 2. Bi is 2 equal pieces. In other words, cut in half. To bisect means to cut into half, to cut into 2 equal pieces. Bisect. To sect something, like a sect, a religious sect is a group that separates. So to separate into 2 equal pieces. 2 equal pieces. So cutting in half, secting into 2. So they're telling us that UV bisects like a knife. It cuts in half TW. So, okay. So that means right here, this is cutting so that this and this are, well, here, let me, not the best place to put that, probably right here, maybe. These guys have to be equal pieces, equal pieces. Does that make sense? This and this have to be equal pieces. Why? Because UV is like a knife which cuts TW in half. It bisects it, cuts it into, like cutting a piece of toast in half or anything else, right? So cutting it in half perfectly. Okay, so those pieces are equal. Okay, so then that means we can say, oh, okay, so then 2x minus 5 must equal 2y plus 3, right? Because it cuts it in half. So they must be equal. So, and not only that, what do we already know? Well, we know y is 5. So we can take our y is 5 and plug it in right there. So then we get 2x minus 5 equals 2, and y is 5 plus 3. Making sense? So we cut, they're telling us it cuts it in half, 2 equal pieces, bisect. So this and this are equal. So this and this are equal. And then we've already found y. That's why we found y first. Plug in the y. So let me bring this down a little bit here. We got a little more room. So 2x minus 5. There we go. Let me scoot that. Let me bring in the wall. All right. Oops, the wrong tool there. Okay. 2x minus 5 equals, and then this is going to be what, 13? 2 times 5 is 10, add 3, 13. And then we just finish solving for x. Just get x alone. So add 5 to both sides. Boom, boom. 2x equals 18. Divided by 2. X is 9. Let's see that. There we go. X is 9. And we got it. So we got x is 9. And we bring that up. And so there we go. So we did it in 2 parts. We started with the UV is 41, which is this whole thing. So that was this piece plus this piece. Adds up to be 41. Solved for y. And then we took the other part about bisecting. UV bisects, cuts in half. So this and this are equal pieces because it cuts it in half. So that means this and this are equal. That's what bisects means. Equal pieces, cuts in half, 2 equal pieces right in the middle. To bisect, cut it in half right in the middle so that the left and the right parts are equal. So then we said these guys are equal, and we plugged in the answer we found for y. So we got this equation, and we solved for x.